Cardiovascular fitness, developing balance, reflexes, and hand-eye coordination. These are all important physical skills that can keep us healthy, moving, and strong.
But you don't need to spend hours in the gym to develop these traits. You can just juggle. Cascading Carlos joins us on the Mid-South audio stage this afternoon to discuss some of the benefits of juggling. So welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
So juggling as a form of exercise?
Yeah, it's a
make
great
sense?
form. Well, first of all, when you practice juggling, you're going to create a practicing skill to get better at anything, right?
Right.
And so once you become successful at it, you build your self-esteem. So right off the bat, you're feeling good about yourself, because that's a big part of, of exercising and body. Soul's control is feeling good about yourself. And then once you start practicing, the cardiovascular workout you get from it is really a strong way. You pump your heart, you get your blood circulating down to your toes and back up. Then it also helps with the brain, because it's proven in 2009 in the Medical News Journal, they published an article about the research of juggling, and they proved that it actually stimulates gray matter growth. So after 3 months of juggling for I think it was 10 minutes a day, the person's brain matter grew about 5 to 8%. So, and then the people that didn't juggle, their brain did not grow at all. And then they studied the person who was juggling for 3 months after they stopped juggling, and their brain shrunk 5 to 8%. So it is something that keeps your brain growing and stimulating. And that's why as we get older, our brain kind of stops growing and it stops being stimulated, and then we lose our signals to the brain. And so that's why in 2009, the Alzheimer's Association deemed it as one of the best activities to prevent dementia.
That's incredible. And you are living proof. You must have so much gray matter.
And he's 95 years old.
I know,
Which is amazing.
So talk about, just learning to juggle. I always feel like it's hard to learn things as you get older.
Absolutely.
And you've been trying to teach me to juggle for years now, and I just can't seem to get
You're
it.
close. You're close.
I get close, and then I stop.
Yeah.
So, but you can learn this at a later age.
Well, if you don't have any juggling balls, I would recommend using socks. It's really easy. Everyone owns a pair of socks. You roll them up into a little ball, and then that way when you toss them and drop them, they don't bounce, they don't roll, because it's harder to juggle in the beginning with a bouncing ball, because you're going to be chasing it all the time. So you want to have good posture when you juggle. You want to give a little stretch with your shoulders. You don't want to jump right into things without stretching and getting your muscles loosened. Okay. And then you basically keep your elbows to your side, so that way it's right down to your side, your palms facing the sky. You're going to think of your nose as the peak of the mountain. You're going to toss the ball over your nose to the other side, and you don't want to throw it higher than your eyes, your vision of your eyes. You want to keep it right in here. And this way, if you throw it above your head, you have to look up, and then it causes a little disbalancing. You might lose your focus.
Right.
So if you look straight ahead and you follow, I never look at the ball, I never travel, I just look straight ahead, and I use my peripheral vision to manage it.
Okay.
And then once I get that comfortable, I get the second ball. When I bring in the second ball, we obviously don't throw them at the same time, because they're going to collide. So you throw the first ball. When it hits the peak of the mountain, that's when you release the second ball. That's the timing. If you do it too late, then it's hard to catch the ball. So it looks like this: up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. And you just practice that a couple of times. All right. Now the key is you don't want to go in a circle. This is never going to get you to 3 cascade, right? So we want to do the classic type of juggling, which is up, up, down, down, and getting that pattern down. Now I always throw in a second one, is you have to learn how to catch, start and stop with 2 balls. So you start with 2 balls, you toss it over, catch it, toss it over and catch it. And this is getting used to how to start and stop. And that way, because you always start with 2 and you always end with 2. Then we get into our third ball. So you start with the hand with 2. We're going to go up, up, and then now we have a 3 cascade pattern. This is your classic pattern. This was proven that back in 4,000 years ago in the Egyptian time period. Ben Hansen was the entertainment of gods, and he loved juggling so much, they actually found juggling balls in his tomb made out of animal hide and seed shells. Seashells is the seeds, the beads inside. And then they also found all these murals of men and women juggling 3, 4, and 5 balls. So I think it's really cool that juggling's been around 4,000 years and still entertaining people like you and me.
It is entertaining. I'm not there yet. You guys got it down, but I promise you gave these to me the last time you were here, and I promised to learn it. And then the holidays came, and I kind of stopped
But you've
practicing.
got some good skills going with yourself. Don't cut yourself short, man.
I'm not giving up. Okay.
And everyone learns differently. So like some people can learn in a day, and some people might take 6 months. once. It's how you practice and how you develop your skills and refocusing and all. But don't ever, say I can't do it, because everyone can. You just got to practice a little bit more than others.
I'm getting a lot of exercise bending down and picking up the ball.
That's good. Build up those thigh muscles.
Part of it, I guess, right?
So we're gonna take a quick break, and then we come back. Cascading Carlos is going to teach us a little bit more about juggling. We're going to talk a little bit about what's been going on with you lately, because I mean, you're always going for those records. DelmarvaLife, we'll be right back. Show off.
Ta-da!
You're looking at count them, 3 Guinness World Records for some high-flying tricks, but we're not doing anything that ambitious today. We're back on the Mid-South audio stage with the man who holds those records, Cascading Carlos.
Yeah, he's here to give us a comprehensive lesson on juggling, and you guys got it down. I still need a little bit of work, but nobody is untrainable, right?
Right.
No, well, that's good
Everyone
to know.
can do it. And if you can't catch one, you can always just throw it up in the air with one hand and try to learn this just so it's simple. And this hand-eye coordination will work really well in developing the start of going from right to left.
Okay.
So I mean, because a lot of people, if you can't catch it with one, it's really hard to go, hard to juggle, but this is just a development. So like if you're new 4 or 5-year-old and you want your child to learn how to juggle, get them doing this right away.
Okay.
This is just a simple way, and then you can crisscross it and get it going.
So talk about the different styles of juggling.
Yep. Well, the styles that we just learned today is more of a classic, old school kind of juggling, very straightforward. And the new generations are coming out with contact juggling, which is more about rolling it on your body, using your body to manipulate it. Hacky sackers, if you know how, just like that. Steve, you're impressing me every minute of the day. You're gonna have to come out on the road with me. But overall, it's very unique to having your body and part of the juggling routine. It's amazing to see it. I know jugglers, which I'm not that strong at that, where they put it on their forehead like this, they roll it over and bring it over here and bring it back like this. And that is just amazing when they can do it. I know a juggler that he juggles clubs and he throws it up and lands it right on his shoulder, catches it on his shoulder, and then flips his shoulder, and then flips it over and catches it on this shoulder, and then flips it back. Like, that's years of practice to learn a trick like that. And usually they started early when they were like 4 and 5.
Sure.
And that's contact juggling. And then flow juggling is more artistic, more dance-like. You're going to be dancing more while you're juggling. You're going to have more of a ballerina or jazz-like feel to the routine. And it's beautiful to watch. But you also have to have the skill of dance, the skill of choreographed movement. And I'm 61, so that's just not happening with my age.
So the boundaries of juggling, I mean, I guess as we progress, people are doing new things and creating new
absolutely.
things.
And that's what's so cool about the juggling. They keep inventing new things. There's new inventions now. I mean, they even invented a square hula hoop, a triangle hula hoop. For rings, tossing rings, they have square rings now, triangle rings, they have small rings, big rings. So it's just amazing how the culture just is about developing new acts, they have the balancing where the person puts a pole on his chin and they have a bouncing ball on the top. But now they have these rings where they have the ball rolling inside the ring. So you've got so many new inventions happening. They have the clubs that have a recessed hole in it so that when you're juggling, you can catch a ball inside the club and then toss it up.
So what's the strangest thing you've ever juggled?
Oh,
anything
my life?
Right. We're all juggling that. Yeah.
But overall, I think the strangest, I think it comes down to fire. I mean, it's not that strange to me, but I think that it's strange to an average person that fired, like aren't you afraid to get hurt or burnt, and so that's more of a challenge. I enjoy it. It's probably the hardest thing I do, but it's because I've been doing it for so long, it's fairly easy for me.
Well, actually, I love hearing you talk, but I want to see you juggle. Is it hard to go back and forth between the balls and like the the bowling pin thing.
Clubs?
Clubs, yes.
Yeah.
The bowling pin.
They look like bowling
Here,
pins.
we got our bowling pins, right?
okay.
And then the juggling club was invented from the Indian club. So the Indian club was used as weights back as early as the 5th century, and you would swing your arm like this to strengthen your arms and shoulders. And there was a gentleman in Ohio named Jim Cook, and he used to use these to build up his arms, but he started flipping them. As a juggler, he said, oh, I can juggle these, but they're too heavy. So he shaved it, carved it out, made it hollow to make it lighter, and hence he invented the juggling club. So the juggling club is an oblong item, so you have to now do your traditional cascade toss, but you also have to flip it, right? So you're going to go up, up, flip, flip, up, up. Now there are people who don't flip it, which makes it harder. You know,
It's harder?
It's harder to not flip it.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of, you know, and then you start learning, you know, just flipping it and getting used to it, right? And then once you get that, you remember you got to practice 2 in 1 hand because you got to develop that start and stop. And then you bring your third one, start with hand with 2, and now we have our traditional club, right? And you can.
It's mesmerizing, isn't it?
It really is. That's incredible.
Wow.
Oh, wow. And you love to teach people.
I do. I think
And-
it's fun. I think it's fun to see the light bulb or the experience that they encounter from it. Also, they can take that home with them and feel proud about themselves when they learn it. Even if they don't learn it today, but they go home and practice, that development of practice gives you that self-esteem that you earned it, and it makes you feel really proud of for yourself.
Well, we're really proud of you, and you have accomplished a lot. And if you want to learn more about Cascading Carlos, including how to have you come to an event,
Sure,
a party,
yeah,
birthday
yeah.
party, whatever, we have all the information on our website, DelmarvaLife.com. Click on what's happening today. You can also get caught up on all of your world records and your quest for world records, too,
Right, yes.
because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm trying, yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I promise next time you come back, I am going to be as good, if not better, than Steve.
I believe it.
Oh, goodness gracious. Stick
go,
around.
Steve.
Delmarva Life will be right back. Oh!
I couldn't stick the landing.